As the government shutdown continues, families are struggling as furloughed workers continue to work without pay. And folks in our Tampa Bay area are turning to Feeding Tampa Bay for much needed resources. And we're so happy to have Thomas Mance with us. He is president and CEO of Feeding Tampa Bay. And he's here to spread the word about how all of this is affecting not only Feeding Tampa Bay, but our community that you guys serve.
Nice to see you. Thanks for having us in.
Yes, thanks for being here. Aside from everything with work, you're doing well.
Yeah, life treats me okay. I'm pretty fortunate.
Love to hear it. And you return that by helping others. And that's what Feeding Tampa Bay is doing in such a big way in our community. Yeah. What are these effects that we just mentioned?
Well, I think the very first place when we talk about this is that there's, on the other side of every decision made somewhere else, there's a human being.
Sure.
There's a person that is impacted by that decision. And we see that every day with the folks that come to see us for resources. So, I flew last week and I was very aware as I walked through the airport that many of the folks that were making sure I was safe aren't getting paid. And many of those same folks are showing up in our care because they don't have the resources to feed their family. And when you are reminded of that moment and that person in front of you, you understand the impact of decisions.
Hey, good reminder for travelers. They're going to see it up close. And so I also want to get a little bit more detailed with you, if you don't mind, about SNAP benefits.
Yeah. So we've been taking care of federal workers, as we talked about, and so I think at this point we've probably provided about 150,000 meals. We've seen several thousand people, all of whom we hope, we continue to support as their needs are. But SNAP is a much different story, and if that is unfunded, if that happens, and we're very close to it happening, in our community here in Tampa Bay, we could see some 500,000 folks who suddenly don't have household resources to purchase groceries. And that is a devastating number of folks in our world. It's just as bad as we might consider any other natural disaster.
Wow. I mean, when you put it like that, and they're coming to you for help, that extends the amount of help you have to do, amount of resources you need. And my guess is you're not getting any more resources
We distribute on when we use numbers, it always kind of, people have a reaction to it. But on a weekly basis, we distribute about 1.9 million meals already with us and our 400 partners, 1.9 million meals every week. This could raise our need for capacity up to 2.5 times that. And so the challenge for us is what happens and what resources do we have? And so we'll do whatever we can to make sure we step in, but I think we want to emphasize that the need can be pretty significant if this happens.
Certainly. As this gets resolved, as the shutdown gets resolved, we still have to manage the long-term effects of what has happened. It's like they're playing catch up. What kind of long-term effects?
It's a great question. The average person that we see in our care has less than $400 in savings. They don't have resources to draw from. And whenever a crisis hits their world, their recovery takes a longer time. The way we like to describe it is for every day that you're in a disaster, it's a week of recovery. Right? So we see the lingering effects of any kinds of disasters last much longer because folks don't have the resilience that they might have had before. We are still taking care of folks who were impacted by the hurricane last year.
Oh, I don't doubt
that are
it.
still rebuilding.
Right.
And so I think it's a great question, and we'd like everybody to understand there's the disaster we're aware of today, and then there's a long-term recovery and rebuild that happens tomorrow.
Certainly. Well, Thomas, we so appreciate you being here. We want to provide the information to our viewers. There it is, everything you need to know, how you can help, and where you get those resources from Feeding Tampa Bay. Such great information, and I appreciate your compassion, what you do, not only that, but putting that perspective out there. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.